So, Mike Tyson does an interview. And the guy says, yeah, man, like, I heard one interview you did, and then I was kind of surprised, man. He said, because I'm looking at you like, yo, in Mike's prime, nobody could beat Mike. But you said a prime Mike Tyson can't beat Muhammad Ali. He's like, and I was surprised. So Mike Tyson says, nah, he's like, listen, I know I was a great fighter. I could dish it out, but Ali was different, man. He said, no. He said, there's no way I could beat Ali. He said, Ali was just a different type of man. It doesn't matter how hard you hit, how fast you. It doesn't matter. Ali, he would take it. He wasn't scared to take it, and he could dish it out. And Ali had no quit in him, no matter how. It doesn't matter. Ali never quit, and a testament to that is, look at when he was all washed up and already had signs of brain damage developing when he fought Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes was beating the shit out of Ali. Ali refused to go down. He didn't want to quit. He was just taking the shit. He couldn't let his hands go. He was a shot fighter, and that shit was, but he would not quit. He didn't take a knee, nothing. He refused to go down. And Mike Tyson saying out of his mouth he couldn't beat Ali, but Mike Tyson fans is saying, no, nah, he'll beat Ali. And Tyson made it clear, like, I'm not just saying that because it's Ali. It's like, no, I couldn't beat that guy. Nobody beats Ali. Now, here's the thing about it, right? You notice how people say if Mike Tyson didn't go to jail, nobody would have beat Mike because he wasn't the same when he came back. Notice how they don't make that same excuse for Muhammad Ali, who also for 3.5 years was out of boxing, wasn't fighting, and was going through this moment of fighting for his freedom and also speaking for justice. It wasn't just about him. Like, Ali was literally ready. Like he said, I'm ready to die for my beliefs, even if it means facing machine gun fire. See, and you don't see people cut from that cloth anymore. People say shit like, I want to go out on my shield in the ring. I don't care, if I'm going to die, let me die. Yeah, they say that shit, right? But then they get in the ring, they turning around, asking the ref for help. They're complaining to the ref. They're not getting fired up to fight back. Nah, they talk it, but Ali was different. Now, I started this video off with that to make this point and go into this. It amazes me how people are so quick to make excuses for people and tell you why they don't agree with your opinion, which is fine. We all have different opinions. But when it comes from the horse's mouth, so would you, Mike Tyson fans, say, nah, Mike, you lying. Ali couldn't beat you, you're lying. I've heard NBA players that were great NBA players, Hall of Famers, say nobody beats Jordan, man. I've played with Kobe, and I've played with LeBron. I've played with all of them. Jordan is different. I'm telling you, Jordan is different. And in fact, when you look at the stats, right? Let's look at facts, people. This ain't for the little kids, so y'all shut the fuck up and let the grown folks talk. Look at the stats. Michael Jordan played, 13 seasons of basketball? LeBron played 20, right? Which means he has 7 more years in the NBA than Jordan. And he's still chasing Michael Jordan stats. So any record that he has surpassed or caught up with, it took him 7 extra years to do so. 7 extra years to do so. Now, if it took him 7 years to do so, imagine if LeBron would have stopped at 13 like Jordan. And this is why they're like, oh, no, LeBron passed Kobe. I don't see LeBron as a better basketball player than Kobe. The thing is, I forgot how many seasons Kobe played, but see, the fact is, LeBron has caught and passed some of Kobe's stats. And the fact that he's still active, see, it's always people want to claim somebody from their era. I don't care what era you come from. If I see a player, a fighter, if it's a musician, anything, and I feel like that person, which I really don't get into that shit. But if I feel like you're better, I'd say that somebody's better, in my opinion. I wouldn't fucking sit back and, oh, well, this person's from I could care less about that, man. I'm not friends with Michael Jordan. I'm not friends with Michael Jackson. I'm not friends with Mike Tyson. I'm not friends with these people. What the fuck do I gain out of running around, all right, defending a bunch of grown-ass men and getting in my feelings because somebody thinks someone's better? I don't care who you think is better than who. I look at the facts. I look at the logic and the reasoning within, the sound reasoning within what's going on. What is your argument? Once again, if it took you 7 extra years and you're still trying to catch my stats, what does that tell you about what I did in those 13 years? Then they start making excuses like some of the dumbest shit I hear people say. Oh, wasn't nobody playing defense back then? Oh, but Mike played in an easy era. Are you fucking shitting me, man? I know you motherfuckers don't know what you're talking about, but there's always you little fucking babies. Y'all probably still clean your asses with baby wipes and shit. It's always you little motherfuckers that don't understand. That don't understand shit, but think y'all know everything. Y'all can assess shit times and errors of time that y'all wouldn't even need to fucking see. Y'all watch video clips, a little compilation of videos and think you know that, nigga, you wasn't there. Shut the fuck up. So, I'm saying all that, and I'm pretty sure if you got half of a brain, you understand everything I just said. Now, going forward, I'm looking at careers. And I said, if you look at Muhammad Ali's resume, and you look at who Ali fought from the time he was young to the time, look at his whole body of work. We know how, Muhammad Ali's situation physically and, the Parkinson, we know what happened. But look at who he fought. Ali wasn't ducking no smoke, man. You know what's funny? Even when people say shit like, well, he didn't get Foreman a rematch. These are just people that wanted to see Ali lose and was hoping that he would. You know how many people we could say, okay, so why didn't Leonard and Hagler fight again? Just saying. Why didn't Mike Tyson ever fight Ike Ibeabuchi? Why did Mike Tyson never fight Riddick Bowe? I'm just saying, why didn't he fight Tommy Morrison? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, he rematched Razor Ruddock. I'm just saying. Y'all quick to say, how come Buster didn't give Mike a rematch? See, that's the point I'm making. It's always like when you look at Mike Tyson, oh, it's because Mike Tyson didn't have Cus D'Amato no more. It's because Mike Tyson was gone for 3-4 years or whatever. It's always, let's customize the excuses as a cushion for Mike Tyson. But you can make the same claim for anybody. Why he never fought George Foreman? Because George was on a tear when he came back. Well, why that never happened? See, these are the things that people purposely overlook. Now, we look at any scenario. I don't care nothing about your favorite fighter. I don't care about that. I just fucking commended Floyd Schofield last week for stepping up to take this fight against Shakur, because this is how you test yourself. The move that him and his dad pulled, it just all seemed real suspect to me. So I pretty much go through saying, okay, this shit looks shady. Now, am I supposed to get my fucking feelings and make excuses for Schofield and act like I believe this shit that he's saying? Because it's one thing after another, after another, after another. Real simple. A couple of years ago, some people ran through a red light, smacked right into my car. I had my 2 sons in the car, me and shit. Didn't see a goddamn thing. This is not a stop sign. This is actual traffic lights. And all I felt was the car fly up to the right. Oh, shit, the airbag pops in. And my son, the younger one, usually sit behind me. This day, he was sitting on that side, on the passenger side, but in the back. And the other one was in the front. And the first thing I did when that shit lit this up is I put my arm around the center, was in front. And I'm like, y'all good? Y'all good? Like, I don't panic when shit happens. All right. Okay. When we were talking to the insurance company, the same thing that I told them, I only had one story, and that's what happened. There's no adding to it. And then this happened, and then and then a star fell from the sky and rolled down the street. Yeah. And then Bigfoot ran across. Nope. And the police officer didn't write down nothing that I said. The police officer wrote down that I said I saw a shadowy figure I don't even use terminology like that. A shadowy figure. I'm like, are you shitting me? That's what I said. So I had to go get an addendum done and all that. Okay. The insurance company said, you're the only one with a consistent story. Nothing added, nothing, just plain and simple. They came from my left side. As I'm coming through the green light, ran right into me. Lady walks over afterwards. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I couldn't see. I didn't have my mask on. She was on a motorcycle. You understand what I'm saying? Why do I have to change my story? You know why people constantly change their story and add to their story? Because they're trying to convince you that they're telling the truth. What do I have? Oh, you should have laid down and act like you was hurt. Why do I have to do all of that? Why do I need to lie and pretend? Why couldn't I just fucking be the victim of an accident, but they went and lied? Wanted to try to sue us for $35,000. That shit didn't work. And I watch so-called Christians run around trying to convince me to lie. I'm like, hey, listen, back the fuck off. I'm not lying about shit. And nothing that they tried to do worked. But I watch how other people resort to doing the same things that people do that they refer to as wicked, as lies, as no good. So you're going to lie and then pray, and that makes you different. Well, I didn't need to lie and make up any stories. And see, this is the thing that I'm saying. People will sit here and say things like, this fighter ducked this fighter. Why you say that? Because, man, why he ain't fight him? Yo, he could have fought him, and then he could have went and did this and that, but then instead of doing that, he just goes up and wait because he ain't going to fight him. Okay, now wait. This was said about another fighter. Now, when I use that same logic against Terrence Crawford, the Terrence Crawford fans immediately put their foot in their mouth and was like, oh shit. No, but it's for a belt. But okay, no, fuck that. Terrence Crawford did not make $20 million fighting against Madrimov. So when he asked, he didn't get close to $20 million fighting Madrimov. So when he asked for $20 million to fight Boots Ennis, what do you think that was about? What I clearly said was, yo, we want to see the fight. Crawford doesn't want to see the fight because Crawford's in the position of, I want more money. I only want the bigger fights. He said out of his own fucking mouth, he has no interest in fighting Boots. And he said, Boots is high risk, low reward. Crawford says it. Crawford says, plain and simple, the type of money I want, I'm not going to get that with Boots. See, y'all tried to make it sound like what Crawford was saying was, Boots is not talented enough to test me. Well, neither was Madrimov. And Madrimov just lost to Virgil Ortiz, which is another guy that y'all say can't beat Terrence Crawford, right? So my point is, after saying all the shit y'all say, only person can beat Madrimov is Crawford. How do y'all know that? See, y'all assume that, which means if Virgil never fought him, y'all be saying Madrimov would beat Virgil, right? But Virgil beat him. So now all of a sudden, because we don't have another excuse for this one, let's just act like it never happened. So you fanboys take it as shots at the fighter, which I can give a fuck, because if I'm going to take a shot, I'm going to take a shot, and I don't retract what the fuck I say. But it's not about the fighter so much, it's about the principles. It's about the truth. It's about everything involved that they said and did. When you're in the court of law, would you think it would be right for a judge to make a decision based on who he or she likes, or based on the information, the evidence, the facts, the proof? Because my point was, okay, you talking about is undisputed. Check this out. He's no longer undisputed because they stripped him of his belt. Now, they gave the belt to Boots. His fight with Boots would be for undisputed as well. And then after he fight Boots and beat Boots, then let's go up to fucking 154 and come up here and let's do the same thing. Now, Crawford went from saying he wanted to be like in two, I think he said in 2 fights, I'll be 2 or 3 fights, something like that. I think he said in 2 fights, I'll be undisputed champion at 154. Now you hear him saying it was never in his plans to be champion or undisputed at 154. And one of his most recent interviews, he said that. And I clearly remember him saying that, and I did videos about it. Okay. So I don't think Terrence Crawford is scared of Boots. But once again, he knows Boots is a threat. Despite the dumb shit that the fans say, he knows Boots is a threat. You motherfuckers just want anybody to just believe whatever y'all say, share y'all opinions and y'all feelings for these fucking fighters, and nobody can touch them. Nobody's as good. Nobody. At the end of the day, you find out when they fight. That's the whole point of being a boxer. Let's see who's the best. Let's prove it. Let's go in there and fight. You always hear people, I'm not afraid to lose my O. So stop hiding behind it then. Go make the fucking fights. So that was my whole thing. Y'all want to play tit for tat. But what about, and what, like, man, shut your bitch ass up. Nobody give a fuck about this little sissy ass shit. I hear grown men talking, and a lot of times I'm looking at them and I'm like, so your body continued to grow, big and fat or whatever the fuck you look like, but your mind didn't. You ever hear a man sound like this? Yo, I swear to God, my nigga, yo, these niggas tweaking, yo, why they hating on Crawford, my nigga? Yo, this shit is crazy. Yo, Bud is the truth. Yo, Bud is pound for pound the best fighter out there. Yo, Bud to beat all these niggas, yo, this nigga can't even beat such and such, yo. But yo, why the fuck would you want to fight a motherfucker that you already beat? Yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, y'all talk about Devin Haney. Yo, Devin Haney fought George Kambosos twice. Because that was in the contract, asshole. That was in the fucking contract. So he beat him once and he beat him twice. Okay, wait. Didn't Terrence Crawford say he wanted to fight Errol Spence again? Okay, he beat him once badly. Did you see the point what I'm saying? But you don't apply that same fucking logic to Terrence Crawford. This is not a dig at Crawford. This is a dig at the stupid motherfuckers who do exactly what I'm saying. But the truth is the truth. So I don't give a fuck. I don't dance on no eggshells. This is the point what I'm saying, how people try to make all these lame ass things that they think is points. And all you're doing is showing your favoritism and your ignorance at the same time. Because let's just be real. Y'all said Errol Spence was done. It don't matter what weight class they fight at, he's going to lose. So why the fuck do you want to see the fight again? Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. When you heard me make the video, you heard me saying, I gotta agree with motherfucking Tim Bradley. Based on the words of Jaron Boots Ennis. He was looking like a fucking sucker because until you clarify, look, here's my thing. If you're going into a fucking fight, right? And you want to go into a fight, you want to fight with this guy, whatever. Your plans are not always going to work out the way you want them to. So sometimes you got to, all right, let me readjust. All right, fuck it. I want him, but I take this fight. I'll fight this guy. Whatever, right? When you say out of your mouth, if I can't get the fights I want, man, I want undisputed, but it's like they're not trying to give me that. So, like, I don't get undisputed. I'm going to 154. And this is pretty much like the vibe that people got, is that you were doing that. So now, when Virgil Ortiz's name comes up, now, in terms of people saying you guys are negotiating, and then you saying, I don't know nothing about that. Like, we hear this far too much about people saying things. Now, here's the thing. Let's say I'm a fight promoter. And let's just say I'm at a restaurant, and all of a sudden, Eddie Hearn walks in there, and we're talking and shit. We're having a conversation, and we're just talking about fights and who you like to see. That's not a negotiation. This is two motherfuckers sitting. This is not a business meeting. We just happen to be sitting down eating dinner and going over some things we like to see. Yeah, just having a conversation. Now, say Eddie Hearn decides to come out and say, hey, man, I was talking to Aries about, Anthony Joshua, say I'm managing Usyk or whatever. And he's like, well, yeah, but I told him, man, hey, look, man, we want the fight. This, that, and the third. Now you got motherfuckers coming to Usyk like, yo, boy, Eddie Hearn said that y'all negotiated this and this and this and that, right? You know why Usyk don't know what the fuck you talking about? Because me and Eddie Hearn didn't have a meeting. This wasn't a business. This was just two dudes, two promoters that bumped into each other having a conversation. So I have no reason to go back to Usyk talking about what ifs and all. We already know what we got planned, or Usyk is resting at the moment, whatever. We're not talking about boxing at that moment or whatever the fuck is going on. But because Eddie put that out there, now it's like, oh shit, yo, Usyk is compelled to respond because, Eddie's saying he don't want to fight AJ. Like, this is all the kind of goofy shit that goes on. And so after I heard Jerron speak, it still stands like, yo, you still was looking like a sucker. Why? Because of your own words. And this is why I'm like, I don't understand why people act so defensive. Like, they act like, you notice, like, when you ask a boxer about a certain fight, they start talking like damn near in parables or some shit. Like, motherfucker, either you want the fight or you don't want the fight. I mean, example, Sky Nicholson, what is your main goal right now? I want to fight for Undisputed at 126. And I want to fight all, I have a belt. Serrano has a belt. Such and such has a belt. So, yeah, I want the fight. I want to be undisputed. So, well, why you think a fight between you and Serrano didn't happen? Was there any negotiations? Whatever. Well, we sent contracts, or we reached out to them. I've made it known myself. I want to fight Amanda Serrano. Serrano and her team has made it clear that they don't want to fight me. Well, why do you say that? Well, they turned the offers down. And when I talked to her coach or whatever, her management at a fight, and I told him I want the fight with her. Put me in there with her. If she doesn't want to defend the belt, let the belt go, because now she's holding up the division. And pretty much, I've made this clear several times. She doesn't want to fight me, obviously, because she's fighting everybody else. She's fighting people that hasn't accomplished what I've accomplished. She's fighting people that, nobody's asking for these fights, with the exception of Katie Taylor. How many times are they going to fight? Great fighters, action-packed fights, but she's also holding belts at 126. And I'm a champion. It's not like I'm some prospect up and coming, don't have experience. I'm here. I'm ready to test my skills against her. So the fight is not happening because of me and my team. It's her. Now, what's so hard about doing that? But, and which she came out and said these days, but if she stands there and starts saying shit like, well, I mean, I know where I stand, so y'all got to talk to them. Well, but did you guys send contracts or offer letters? And I'm just saying, like, I ain't running from nobody, and like, I can only speak for me. I know what I do. Yeah, but was there any communication? I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like they're trying to not answer your question. It makes them look stupid. Because you're acting like you're grown men, right? Just say what happened or what didn't happen. If you're afraid, like, here's my thing. If you're so fragile as a person that if I tell the truth about why me and you didn't fight, now you don't want to fight me, fuck you. My career is not going to be defined by you. This is where I say when these fighters fuck up their careers, waiting around for one fucking particular fighter, and then the fight never happens. Now, it's like example, right? The one interview that Tank had, where he got pissed off at the commentators, right? The interviewer. Tank had just finished saying how these guys are not on this level. He just finished talking about Shakur, and everybody keeps saying Shakur, talk about Shakur and them and whatever, right? Shakur ain't do nothing. He got to prove himself to me. So the interviewer says, who would you say is more accomplished, Lamont Roach or Shakur? And Tank realized he walked right into a trap. He knew where this interview was going. So he gets offended. He couldn't answer the question. So he answers his question with the question. Why you keep talking about Shakur? Were you a Shakur fan? Why you keep talking about Shakur, yo? Yo, listen, I knock both them niggas out, yo. Why you keep talking about Shakur? Wait. It's a deflection. He knows Lamont Roach is not as accomplished as Shakur. Nowhere near. He knows that. But you just sat here and said, these guys got to prove themselves. Okay. And that brings me back to, like I said in previous videos. How the fuck did Shakur not accomplish nothing? This motherfucker won as many titles as you won. Multiple weight classes, all that. So he's ranked higher than Lamont Roach. He's a better fighter than Lamont Roach. What has Lamont Roach did to earn a fight with you? What has Frank Martin done to earn a fight with you? What has Pitbull Cruz done to earn a fight with you? In fact, here's the thing. When you look at that whole situation, right? When Tank fought Pedraza, he admitted he was nervous. He admitted he was nervous in the Ryan Garcia fight before fighting Ryan Garcia. He admitted that he was nervous, and in the Pedraza fight, to the point where he was blaming Floyd for setting him up for to lose. Like Floyd told him, "Yo, you gonna fight this dude." So I'm like, nah, I don't feel like there's no. Listen, I can't say what was in Floyd's heart as far, excuse me, in his head. Your heart pumps blood; it doesn't think. I don't know what was in his head, whether it was he was mad at Tank about his daughter, or whatever. But looking at shit from the business side, I remember people was picking Pedraza to beat Tank and was saying Tank ain't proved nothing yet. Tank is not accomplished this, that, whatever. And he's a hype job. All this shit. I remember people saying all that. And then he beat Pedraza. Then they started saying, oh, Pedraza ain't shit anyway, blah, blah, blah. He's overrated. All this shit. I remember all of that. But see, my thing about it is when he says that, it's like, yo, it sounds to me like Floyd was trying to light a fire under your ass, like you was the one holding yourself back. And I remember even Tank, Floyd in the interview saying fighters is, people saying, oh, everybody trying to Floyd blueprint. Y'all gotta understand, I put the work in. Floyd said that. He said, I put the work in. So when I got to the point where I knew, all right, I'm about to retire the next couple of fights, I know what I wanted to do. And I ain't want to go out with just another fight. I wanted to go out with a bang. Motherfucker went out with $300 million. Yeah, $300 million more. So he did what he had to do. People make it sound like Floyd had like 20 fights or some shit, and the only two motherfuckers that was on his resume was fucking Conor McGregor, and his last fight with Andre Berto was a notable name. So like they want to act like Floyd didn't put that fucking work in. And he's like, yo, but they not doing what I'm doing. They want the money, they want the fame and the lifestyle, but they don't understand. They're not putting the work in that I put in. He might have indirectly been talking about Tank, but he came out and said, it's like I tell Tank the same thing. Yeah, you got to go in there and fight. Yo, you got to fight. Like, you can't not fight these dudes, man. Now, what Floyd, what they were doing over there in the PBC, TMT, all that, their little team, and they were trying to get fighters to fight. Like, it's like, so we don't have a problem with promotion and all that, and we don't have a problem with networks. Yo, come to the money team. We'll make the fight happen, and because you guys are over here and they asking for certain percentages, and you got too many people trying to get involved. So it's like, yo, come over here, just one fight. That's all, one fight. You gonna get paid more than you ever got paid. And these fighters wasn't going for it. Fighters was, nah, man, I'm Golden Boy or I'm whatever company. All right. So those type of things, I know that they were doing. And as far as Tank goes, Tank had to get a name first, then get to the point where he is. He couldn't just walk into that spot and like, no, he had, but even the body of work that Tank has, it's still, he's not fighting the very top guys. And at the end of the day, it's like when he went up to 140, he beat Mario Barrios, and that's what matters. But was Mario Barrios the best fighter at 140? No. So it's not like he went to 140 and beat the very best dude. This isn't even to slander Tank. This is just for fucking facts. It would be like me sitting here, okay, so here's the deal, right? I didn't play college ball. All right? So certain players have been taken right out of high school and came to the NBA. So there are people that was exception to the whole, all right, you know what? Yo, this kid right here, he got something. I think this kid is special, right? And they bring him to the NBA. Somebody could say, oh man, if Aries is that good at basketball, how come he ain't go to the NBA? Maybe that wasn't part of my fucking plans. Maybe I didn't really feel like, I'm not really doing this to go to the NBA. Right? But what I'm saying, a person will look and say, well, damn, this other kid did this, did that, played college ball, high school, college, did all that, right? Okay. Well, what if we go to the NBA and I smoke this dude out of his boots, right? Let's just say. Is it because I'm that great or that kid is overhyped? You understand what I mean? People going to form opinions about everything. But wouldn't it be more likely that you seen this guy play, you know what this guy's capable of, but I'm beating him? Don't it seem more likely people would say, damn, Aries is that good and he didn't even play college ball. This dude that he fucking played, like this other guy that got drafted, this motherfucker played high school ball, college ball, and everything. Yo, they was winning multiple titles there and shit. And Aries don't have his experience, but Aries is just straight better than him. How could you get upset with that? And try to defend what? How you gonna be better than him? Because he outscored him. He out-rebounded him. He's better on defense. He's an all-around player. And yo, dude can't fucking lock Aries down, but Aries can lock him down. He's not better than Aries at nothing. Then all of a sudden, the long haul of the career, you see the same thing. Aries was just a better player. Yeah, but no, man, but yeah, but they're debating themselves. Now, once you get to the point where you start making up excuses for people, they're saying one thing and you're saying something completely different. You're getting upset with content creators for nailing that shit on the head. And that's why I said, even like with Crawford's situation, Crawford came out and said exactly what I've been telling y'all. Then all of a sudden, y'all just shut the fuck up. Because bottom line, that's what it was about. It's like when people, I've heard content creators say Floyd retired too early. How the fuck did Floyd retire too early? I never once heard you motherfuckers say Rocky Marciano retired too early. He was only 32 years old. I never heard y'all say Andre Ward retired too early. It's funny, but when it comes to Floyd, Floyd retired too early. And basically, neither one of them have the resume that Floyd has. Neither one of them. And it's crazy how people love to, this person is okay in that position, but this person isn't. And neither guy that they named has surpassed him. And then Andre Ward I don't even think he got 40 fights. I think like 30-something fights or whatever. So he's off the margin by far in terms of how many fights he has as a pro against Floyd. Marciano and Floyd, Marciano 49-0. And it's funny how people like, oh yeah, but man, Marciano fought everybody. Like who? You go back and I remember people saying, yo, Marciano biggest wins came against dudes that was either too small for him or old. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody has had their share of criticism. But when you don't do research, when you wasn't around at a certain time, you need to do research. No, y'all think watching a 15-minute video explains a person's whole life and career and all that. It's like, nah. To say a motherfucker 38 that's more accomplished than two other guys, than anybody else, basically, and this motherfucker retired at 32, another one at 34, but they didn't retire too early? Come on, bro. We know what that shit was about, man. And also, I'm listening to people talk like the other day, and somebody said, yo, do you really think Amanda Serrano will fight Clarissa Shields? First of all, Amanda Serrano was fighting at 140 pounds. She need to go to 47 first. Now, if she wanted to jump straight in the fire and go to 154, in which I doubt very seriously that she ever fight Shields. But let's say if that was to happen. Oh, she was too small and too old. Big deal, Clarissa. You be the smaller woman. Right now, y'all talking about she's the real GOAT. She's this and she's that. Once again, Sky Nicholson is right there. Go fight and beat Sky. Now, I don't give a shit how anybody takes it, but me saying that makes me a hater. Me saying that means I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm sitting here giving you fucking facts. You think that because you like a fighter, they can do no wrong. Well, that's your problem. Aaron the Hawk Pryor. Tough, come to fight. Press forward all night long. Panama Lewis. Get that water bottle. No, not that one. The one I mixed. Dude comes out for the next round, and all of a sudden he starts to charge up. Now, with that all being the case, Panama Lewis, I forgot what he said he put in there, but it wasn't supposed to be in there. He talked about, but that is so little, and it's this is that. I forgot what the hell he said. But he admitted to it that he put something in there. We don't know what was in there, but we know that Aaron Pryor came out in the next round, and all of a sudden his energy just picked up out of nowhere. So when that happens, What, because I like Aaron Pryor as a fighter, I'm supposed to sit up here and make excuses as to what happened? No, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. All we know is Panama Lewis said, yo, give me that bottle. No, not that one, the one I mixed. Nothing is supposed to be in those bottles except for water. So, you know, I'm talking and making these points because we have so many ignorant people that love to just, oh, this nigga talking about my favorite fighter. Oh, they hating, and they go from channel to channel like a bunch of little channel whores, because that's what they are, little channel whores. And they go, and anybody that's talking good about the fighter that they like, that's what they do. And they're, yo, there's this guy named Aries, and he be saying this and that. No, Aries be telling the fucking truth. You little young, dumb bitches just don't fucking have the capacity, the mental capacity to absorb it and understand the reality of it. Real simple. You know, we have more people, all right? More people that's more concerned about being a fan and being defensive instead of understanding what the facts are. I don't raise my sons to be liars. I don't raise my sons to be con artists. You know, I don't raise them that way. I don't keep people in my circle. I don't like people around me that I can't trust. And when I hear people speak and they're just disingenuous, that shit turns me off, and I let them know about it, because it's not about, oh man, ain't nobody perfect, we all the same. No, we're not the same. No, I'm not doing what you're doing. I would never do the shit that you do. We're all the same. Nah, we're not. We're not. So, what I'm looking forward to right now, we're going to watch this fight this weekend and see how things go. Like I said, I got something I'm going to, of course I'm going to talk about the fight, but based on how things go, we're going to see what follows next. But Tank Davis is a guy who I always push for him to win, no matter who he was fighting. Devin Haney, same thing. You know, Errol Spence, same thing. Terrence Crawford, same thing. Anthony Joshua, same thing. Evander Holyfield, same thing. We can just go on. But once again, Aries don't sugarcoat shit, and I'm not going to pretend to not know something when I do. And I'm also not going to sit back and allow myself to have the frame of mind to be influenced by shit that I know is wrong, and then make the lame ass excuse, well, everybody else do it too. Everybody else is biased. This is not about a bias. It's just like me speaking against racism, and I had some idiot come in my comment section completely not understanding what the fuck I'm saying. Told me that I was full of hate. I'm full of hate because I'm standing up against white supremacy. I'm full of hate because I'm standing up and speaking against this racist shit, and I'm pointing the finger at who's doing this shit, and that makes me racist, or makes me full of hate. You're the hateful racist. That's how that shit goes. And if you can't see certain things, it's best to just shut the fuck up, analyze it before you speak, because when people realize that they've been fooled and lied to all this time, a lot of them are comfortable with it. But hey, it is what it is. Y'all make y'all bed and then y'all gotta lay in it. Anyway, it's never about hate, and it's never about bias. It's always about the truth, sound reasoning, and logic. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.